Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below about this video and other videos. Don't forget to check out my VLOGMAS playlist. And today is a VLOGMAS day 16, y'all. 16. Alright, y'all. So, today's video, I'm just going to get right into it. Today's video is all about making friends. And when I say making friends, I don't mean, oh, duh, anybody can make friends. You're saying woo woo. No, that's not the point. This video is more so about how do you make friends either when you move around a lot, or you're like me and you are no longer in school, you're not in college, you're a full-grown adult and you move around. All right, so if you guys don't know, I am from the D. I'm from Detroit originally, but I moved from Detroit when I was about 26 years old. So I lived in Brooklyn for a few years, moved to Jacksonville, Florida, then moved to Plant City, then moved to Tampa, where I went to school for the last 2 years. I've been in Tampa, and I basically live in Florida for like the last 4 years, living in three different cities. And now I am back in New York, and I live in Bayshore, Long Island area. So when you tend to move around like that, you either become this hermit or this person who kind of stays to themselves because you just are afraid to meet new people. Well, listen, this video is going to be all about advice on how you cannot be that person that's just like in the house all the time, not doing nothing, ain't got no friends, and don't know nobody. So I'm going to give you a few resources that I use every time I move and how I have made my friends in the past. Now, of course, we all know if you got a job, you can make friends. Duh. Me personally, I have made a lot of friends working at jobs, but sometimes friends at your workplace can be issues. But if you don't create that relationship outside of work, then those relationships don't really last. And another common relationship is a lot of people tend to have friendships with their neighbors or friends or like people who live around them. That's good and handy dandy, but sometimes, and I know me personally, I tend to not really be that type of person that wants to, befriend somebody who lives close to me, because, if we get beefed out or something, or you don't like something, I don't know, you know where I live at. So of course, those are common sense friendships, and if those friendships work for you, then more power to you, but it doesn't always work for everybody. So I'm just going to give you guys a few tips on how I make friends when I move around so much, or when I move to new cities, or just being a freaking adult over the age of a certain age. All right, so some of the resources I use, and these are resources that I have used, so they are proven for me and they might just work for you, is, and I got my little notepad here, volunteer. Now, when I go to places, I volunteer. You can always find some way to volunteer online. There is a website called volunteer.org. You can find every single organization in your new city or your new community that will give you an opportunity to volunteer. And it could be something simple as volunteering with old people, taking pictures, spending time with people, serving food or meals. Is definitely something that not only can make you feel good about yourself, but also get you to make some friends. When I lived in Jacksonville, I volunteered a lot at the food banks, where I met a few people there. And here, since I've been here, and it's only been like, I graduated in May, so I've only been here a few months, and I volunteered with the, the Breast Cancer Coalition that's here in my area. And today I actually just volunteer with a few more of the like sororities and fraternities and NCNW like groups at a local high school. And I volunteer with them. These are all ways to get involved in the community at the same time while making friends. So that's definitely want to check out volunteer.org, okay? Next one is Meetup. Now, if you haven't heard of Meetup, I don't know where you've been at. If you are online, everybody knows what Meetup is. Meetup is a real legit website where people create groups that have something in common. You might have a cat parent group. You might have mommy groups. I mean, they even have meditation groups. You could find a group of people that live in your area that are interested in the same things that you are interested in. When I lived in Jacksonville, I was a part of a lot of natural hair groups, natural hair meetups, 20 and up friends meetup, and I had loads of fun. I met a lot of different people. Still talk to some of those people to this day. Definitely met a lot of friends like that. My third place, Facebook groups. Now, I know this is a little bit watered down and you might be like, Facebook groups, but to me, Facebook groups is probably the best way to meet friends that live in your area. And a lot of people that join these groups, they live in your area, and at least you get to see who they are. It's one thing to just meet strangers and say, oh, that's my friend in a grocery store or something. But at least on Facebook, you actually kind of get the idea of, you know, what type of stuff they post on their page. And, you know, you kind of can get the idea if somebody is crazy or not, if you can actually see their profile when you add them as a friend on Facebook. So definitely check out Facebook groups in your area. I usually just go to the search bar and type in my area and then go to groups, and it will pull up a list of groups in your area just for you to be able to search and join. All right, so that was volunteermatch.org. You got meetup.com, and you got Facebook groups. Now, my next one is going to be something that might be a little bit hard for some people, but organizations. Definitely join your organizations. Now, for me, there are organizations like, for me, if you are interested in any type of groups like fraternities and sororities, you can always look into grad chapters. NCNW was a very popular group that I was in college, and I know they have a national one. You can join different, like 100 Black Women Coalition. You can join your NAACP, like any type of local activist groups, media groups. I know I'm a member of NABJ also in my area. So I think it's really important to join groups and go to their events. And that's another way, definitely you can make friends that way, okay? So the last one I'm going to do for me, and again, I said these things work for me, is Yelp. Now, of course, a lot of people know about Yelp. They think, oh, Yelp is that place where you go and review food and you post pictures and review businesses. And majority of the time, businesses hate Yelp. But I say Yelp because Yelp really created a lot of groups with me. So I'm a foodie. I love food, pictures of food, to go out to eat, all that good stuff. Intertwined with Yelp because Yelp has a thing that if you are a what I like to call a high profile Yelper, then you Yelp a lot and you review a lot, and you go to you know, like to check out new restaurants, and you create new locations that maybe haven't been created yet, then you probably will be good for Yelp Elite. So when I was a Yelp Elite, I was a Yelp Elite for 2014 and 2015. You got a special calendar. You go to special events, grand openings of restaurant, free taste tests. I said it again, y'all. If it's free, it's me. I'm with it. I don't quit it, okay? So definitely want to check out Yelp. Get on there. You probably already got a profile, but start reviewing that stuff that you go to, those restaurants you go to. You can easily apply to be a Yelp. You can nominate yourself to be a Yelp Elite, and then other people can nominate you also to be a Yelp Elite. You definitely want to check that out. I'm going to be having a video soon where I'm going to talk all about Yelp, what I hate about it, what I love about it. So you definitely should look for that video soon. And then last but not least, those are my 5, but I'm going to do an honorable mention for other people out there. A lot of people like to make friends in church. So if that is your thing to go to church, then I would definitely say go check out your local church. I know when we lived in Plant City, we tried to test out a few churches. That was bad experience. But I did find one church that I liked, and I still watch them to this day, but I'd rather watch it from the comfort of my home and also pay my tithes from the comfort of my home. But if you go to a church, you definitely want to go to a local church and get involved into your church, find your church home, and you can definitely make friends like that. So I always like to put that one little extra honorable mention in there when I do videos like this. So let me know in the comments, have you moved recently? Have you having a hard time finding friends? Of course, you don't want to get too deep and encased into the internet and being online where you don't interact and talk to real people in real life. So let me know in the comments, how have you made friends when you move? What are some ways that you've been able to create and build new relationships, even though you had to leave your old relationships in the past? All right, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here and get ready to make another video for you guys. So I'm out. Don't forget, you can follow me on all social media. The links are in the info box. And thank you for watching.